Wow. Oh, there you go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wednesday, April 23rd, 8:27 a.m. A little later than normal, but I've been up for a little while, um, just pondering the day. And I called this Let Us Pray. Let us not pray. You see, something reminded me about the food chain or the dominion of humans, the dominion, not dominance, but the dominion. If you have dominion, it's different. Anyway, I know what reminded me. Rodents, so we're going to trap them and kill them because we have dominion. And then late last night, there was a terrible screech outside, screeching, screaming noise from a cat. And we feared the worst because we have coyotes in the area. So I was reminded several times last night of dominion, of why humans have a greater responsibility because they have greater dominion. And this morning, because I prayed last night, I put out a little wish that the cat was going to be fine. The cat that we have that comes in and out here where I live currently, the cat that comes in and out, which is named City Cat, wasn't taken by the coyote. And I came and sat at my computer and looked out the window, sliding door to the deck, and there was City Kitty sitting there going meow. So I let her in, gave her some food, made sure she had plenty of water, and now she's asking to go back out again. So this dominion, how responsible can you be if you don't know? I mean, I know nothing. No, I mean, seriously, things can be flipped in a screaming cat situation or in a waking moment situation, seeing the cat this morning. So taking full responsibility for oneself and one's actions is very important. Recently, a lot of my friends who are Catholic have been mourning the loss of somebody important to them. And I have in the past kind of poked fun at the idea that you put a man between you, one, and one's God. So a lot of people think of me as anti-Christian, anti-Catholic, anti-this, anti-that. Well, I'm not anti anything. I'm pro freedom and life and love and liberty. I'm definitely pro peace, but I'm also pro responsibility. So I can't impose my will, which is free, on anybody else. Everybody else has free will too. But I can take responsibility for my actions. That's for sure. And do I make mistakes? Oh my gosh. Yes, lots. But that's okay, because we all make mistakes. But I forgive myself and I don't forget. I try hard not to forget. I get goaded and poked and prodded and triggered, but I try really hard to sit with my responsibilities very seriously. And I have fun on the way because it's a journey. So this adventure of mine is personal, but it's also one of responsibility. Can you hear them? The great big peacocks that are squawking to wake us up this morning. Heard a rooster in the background as well. And I can hear Julia in the background making a cup of tea. All of these are signs that it's morning. But that cat this morning sat at that screen asking to come in. I think that's the power of prayer. So let us pray, but do not pray. You see, it's just words, but one letter changed can make all the difference. Don't be a predator. It's not necessary. Not prey on others. There they are, peacocks. And I think in a way also, don't prey on others. Don't think of yourself as pious and above somebody else, because your prayers are your prayers. They're private. They're between you and God, whoever that might be. I'm trying to make the unconscious conscious, and that way consciousness is in and of itself everything. The greater consciousness, the bigger picture. But we have to get micro sometimes, micro and macro in, sort of like really, really tight in, and have a good look, then zoom out and see how that can affect others. And then take responsibility for it. I do believe there is a large difference between people who have children, brought children into this world, and people who haven't experienced that. It tweaks your responsibility buttons. It makes you think more about your actions, because it's not what you are, it's what what they are influenced by. And the role model that you provide for them is a responsibility. It is a very big responsibility. Now you're going to make mistakes, because each of them are individually different from each other. They're like little snowflakes in a massive snowstorm. But the thing is, as they individually grow, you have to work within their character makeup and what they can respond to and how they react to you. I try really hard to be kind, caring, and responsible and empathetic. I need to be compassionate. And these things have to come forth when I'm dealing with my own children, especially. Even though they may be grown now, they still come to dad for advice. It's traditional to come to the father, to the elders of your group, whatever, however big or small your tribe is. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. It happens. And I forgave my father. I never forgot that he was an angry man, and that had an influence on me, and it rubbed off on me. For a while I was easy to trigger and would get angry at people who wouldn't listen to me, wouldn't understand who I am, or trying to explain my point of view in this world, my perspective, my perception of what is real. For we create our own little worlds and we hope to influence others. That's very important. That's all we can do, is really just influence others. So the more kind we are, the more empathetic we are, the more compassionate we are, the more likely that is to be picked up by the next generation and the next generation, the next generation, until we get to a point where we can live in harmony, which is what I want, just love and peace. And that's all the harmony that I need in my life in order to feel it was worthwhile. So I have to try and create it in my own life. Don't we all? Don't we all take that responsibility seriously? We still have fun with it, and we still make mistakes, but you just got to keep going. There's a part of me that thinks as I look out on society and some of the people around me, there's a part of me that believes that there is a depression-driven narrative that's playing out in society that a lot of people are suffering from. I do believe that a lot of it is caused by the influence of media in general. But I also believe that many people find comfort in the media because they get validated once in a while by the media. Oh yeah, I agree with what that person's doing or saying, or be it. It's like, but that validation is just playing to your ego. It's not playing to you as a human. Your whole picture is not necessarily to kill your ego. You can't. It's part of you. But it's to have your ego work for you, not you work for it. And when people only work for an audience, media in general, including me, it becomes a very precarious situation because you're talking to other people who you have no idea who they are, no idea how they're made up, what their current issue is, what their current problem might be. But here you are with wide sweeping remarks telling people that you think that this is what, you know, love the ones you're with, those that you can make, those that you can influence, that are closest to you. Allow them room to grow. Allow them room to understand, to come to you, or you go to them and receive wisdom. I have two beautiful daughters who I love so dearly. And sometimes hands-off fathering is the best way to allow them the room to grow. And they need to grow. They're both brilliant. They're both amazing, both loving, both caring. But they too have problems, and they need to have a stability in their life, somebody they can go to that can go, it's okay, I'm going to be there. And are we going to take the next step together? And that's okay. We will. I have experience in life, and that's all I have. And that's my influence. All right. That's enough of me. That was very personal today. I don't know. Yes, I do. I know what triggered it. Letting the cat in this morning. There you go. Sometimes the smallest events can give you the biggest ideas. And sometimes the biggest events can give you the smallest of ideas. That's the media. Love you. Cheers then. Let us pray. Not pray,